how's it going, everyone? I'm SirJames, coming at you guys with yet another Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser product review. In my last review, we took a look at the lightsaber trainer tunic. This time, we're going to be taking a look at what's possibly my favorite out of all four tunics, from the two new ones from the Starcruiser and the two already existing tunics from Galaxy's Edge. And, well, I hope you guys like this tunic as much as I do. Now, do keep in mind this tunic is exclusive to only the Starcruiser, which means that unless if you're going to the Starcruiser, this item is going to be really hard to get your hands onto, unless if you're paying crazy scalper prices, which I don't recommend, or if you're lucky enough to know someone who's going, maybe they could help you out in acquiring these items yourself. Now, you might be saying, but wait, obviously I didn't go, so how did I get it? Well, courtesy of the folks over at Finding the Force here on YouTube, reached out to me prior to the voyage and wanted to provide a helping hand, and which they did. So it was thanks to them that this video was made possible, and honestly I have no idea when and if I would ever be able to get my hands on these myself, because obviously I still have no idea if I'm still able to go, but obviously that's for a future me to worry about. Anywho, let's go ahead and begin starting with the price. Now, the prices of the tunic are relatively similar to one another, besides maybe a $10 difference. I don't remember the exact price. It was either 60 or 70 or 70 to 80. Somewhere within that margin is going to be the price of this tunic, and I do apologize ahead of time. I didn't have the exact price. I thought I had the tag. Unfortunately, I didn't, but the tunics are relatively similar in pricing. So let me go ahead and bring it out here. And here is the formal tunic itself. Now, one of the main things that you may notice right off the bat is that this is definitely a lot different looking from the other three tunics we've seen. Again, from the two at Galaxy's Edge and the lightsaber trainer tunic. This one, as you can see, is an all gray design. Pretty much a, not like a really bright gray nor a dark one. It's kind of like more in the middle neutral zone, in my opinion. And let me give you guys a closer look here. Overall, I do like the presentation of this tunic. It definitely has that nice formal appearance to it. And one of the key things that you may notice on here already is something a little bit shiny over here. That is because on this, on the left side of the chest area, you actually have this metal plate, which is quite interesting. Now, there was another an item that they actually sell there. It's for the ladies. I believe it's a black dress, if I recall, where they also had some metal compartments, a little plating, if you will, located on that outfit, which I believe was in the upper shoulder section. And I'm not sure what else. I know there is the Bail Organa's robe that I have, which has metal cuffs, but that's a little bit more differently. I'm mostly preferring to like the nice silver ones. So there may be some other pieces available that have the same similarity, but this one and that black dress are the main two that come to mind. Here is a look on the back side here. And as for the sash, or whatever the proper term is, here it is on the inside. As you can see, this basically matches with the color scheme of the rest of the tunic. So it's basically just one color, with the odd difference of being this little metal plate right here on the side. And that's pretty much it. Now, the other thing that I also wanted to point out is that in terms of sizing, they use the same size chart as you would find with the other tunics, where it's divided into two different sizing here. So, for example, here, mine is actually going to be a small and medium, which works out for me because I find the small sizing in the adult section a little bit tight across my chest. But this one seems to work out quite well, and I'm very happy with it. If I got anything other than a small medium, either the sleeves or whatever is just not going to work out, and I would probably have to get it retailored in order to fit me quite right. But this one definitely works out. So let me go ahead and actually put this on for you guys, because obviously the best way to showcase something, especially when it comes to an outfit, is by putting it on and giving you a proper showcase. Now, the tunic here is going to be going on exactly like the other tunics, where you have two buttons located in the waist section, one on the left and also one on the right. However, there's also one additional button, and what's cool is that unlike the other tunics where they're more plasticky, these actually have metal buttons. So in fact, let me show you that right now. There's one located actually up here on the chest too, which is not previously done on the other tunics. So as you can see, you have little metal buttons here. Again, there's probably a technical name for these things, but obviously I'm not a real big fashion guy. I just like to cosplay and dress up just because that's always the fun of it. So we're going to go ahead and put this off to the side. And go ahead and don this on right now. Now, normally with this outfit, because I actually put like a full cosplay with like pants to go with it and boots and all that, normally I would wear a black t-shirt underneath, because I'll have like a black t-shirt, I'll have a black belt, and then of course the black boots to correspond with the mid-tone gray, if you will, with some darker gray for the pants. But I'll put some images up on screen for you guys to see how it looks all together, and it definitely looks quite very well, and it's kind of got a little bit of a imperial vibe to it, especially with those colors. So again, just like before, you would basically take the right side, fling it on over to the left, button it up, do the same thing, take the left side, bring it over to the right like the other tunics, clip it into place, and these buttons are so much better. I honestly wish Disney would upgrade the other tunics to use the metal buttons, just because it's so much easier to do so, and I find the plastic ones a bit finicky, and oftentimes they would come basically like unraveled, so I would have to get it re-sewn in and stuff like that. I don't have any sewing abilities, so I would have to find someone who does, and it's just a little bit of a hassle in my opinion. And there's also one more button that is going to be located up here on the chest that is not on any of the other tunics besides this one. And put that in place. And just like that, it's almost all put together. You have one last piece, which is going to be the sash. Now here's the design of it. As you can see, it's not that different compared to the previous one, where you have like a bunch of these little like sections that would cut off and switch every so often. It's just one solid piece with layers that are going down. And then on the back side, as far as connecting goes, you have this section. And then on the other side, you have these. So a little bit more higher up, if you will. I believe this is the one tunic that will cost you a little bit extra, not too much. So let me go ahead and put this on. The easiest way, if you're by yourself, is to put it on backwards so you can see what you're doing. Okay, and let me put this one on notch number 2. And then once you put it on backwards, just go ahead and flip it over and readjust everything that you need. Make sure everything's all folded down. And just like that, you are now good to go. And I honestly like this. Now for me, even though I got a small medium, I find the sleeves just a tad long. So what I do is that I just take this, because I already had like that pattern there, and then I just tuck this first section in underneath. I could have it sewn and just like readjusted, but once I do that, it's already a perfect fit for me. Like again, if I got anything bigger, it's not gonna work. Anything smaller, and it'd just be too tight. But overall, I really love the look of this. In fact, let me lower the camera just a little bit, so you can hopefully see it just a tad better. So again, there it is, right there. Now, in terms of the actual quality of it, unlike the other tunics where they have like a lot of soft pieces, except for the lightsaber trainer tunic where the middle part was a bit rough, this doesn't share that same similarity. In fact, this is a little bit more of a rougher texture from all the way through. There's no like really soft, gentle parts. But that doesn't mean that when I mention rough textures, I don't mean like it's uncomfortable. It is indeed very comfortable. I've worn this twice already to Disneyland, actually, for Disney bounding. A lot of people tend to dig it. A lot of cast members love it, and I love it myself. But yeah, like I said, it is very comfortable. I do really like how this chest section is. Maybe it's just the nerd of me, if you will. But when I see this, like how the chest is done and kind of like that shield pattern, I keep thinking of like a couple things that come to mind. like the Super Saiyan, or I mean not Super Saiyan, but the Saiyan armor in Dragon Ball Z that Vegeta would often wear in Dragon Ball Z, or maybe the Green Ranger's Dragon Shield in Mighty Morphin. Things like that is kind of what it reminds me of a little bit. Again, maybe that's just me kind of over geeking thing. I don't even know if I'm using the proper term here. I'm overthinking it, but you know, I mentioned that in a good way, so I'm not like being like critical of it. I really love the look of it. Now let me go ahead and actually put on a black belt. Oops, I dropped some of the capsules that I had attached to this. So this is a belt from Galaxy's Edge that you could find over at the Outfitters. Or you could also find it at Doc Ondar's as well. So if you're going to buy a Legacy lightsaber or whatever, you would find it there too. And here's how it looks with the black belt. Like I said, I think the great color scheme to go with this personally is you could maybe get some pants that will match with this gray. But I find, at least for me, everyone's different. This with some darker gray pants, the black belt, black undershirt, and some black boots, whether not too shiny. If it's a little bit of gloss, not too bad. I mean, mine has a little bit of gloss. But it's overall like a very nice looking outfit that I personally like quite a bit. Now, the other thing I also want to mention is that when it comes to this front area here with the chest, these actually add a lot of layers to it. So what would start off with like your basic chest area, now you have multiple layers adding to it. So you're going to find that maybe your chest section is going to be a little bit bulkier than normal because of those multiple layers. But again, it's done in a very well done way that I think a lot of people are possibly going to like. Again, it just looks great overall. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But for me, this is an item that I wish more people can get their hands onto. It's definitely one of my personal favorite tunics, but you guys can let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I think I've said that like 3 times now. I'm tired, forgive me. I was trying to get this video out the other day, but my back was killing me, so yeah. But to kind of fill you in, I just want to kind of let you guys know that you guys are probably going to be asking me about a couple of the Legacy lightsabers. The exclusive one being from the Starcruiser, and the other one being the newly released one, which is the Cal Kestis from Jedi Fallen Order. So here's the deal. The exclusive one from the Starcruiser, Finding the Force, who helped me get some of these items, is sending their hilts to me so I can do a review for you guys and just share my thoughts on it onto the channel. So thanks to them, I'll let you guys look forward to that next week's video. And then the other one, as far as the Cal Kestis, my next trip to Disneyland is actually going to be this Sunday. So as long as it's available, which hopefully it is, I know there's a lot of people online buying these things up. Many of them were actually online on eBay from scalpers, sadly. But if it's still available, I do plan on picking up 2 of them, so that way I can connect it and all that fun stuff and get you guys a complete review for that as well. So you might look... Depending on how things look, we may have a double Legacy lightsaber review in the same week. We'll see how it plays out. But until then, again, if you guys have any questions, let me know down below. What do you guys think about this outfit? And better yet, if you guys are planning on going to the Starcruiser, please let me know. And what do you hope to do there? Until then, I'll see you guys on the next product review. And once again, thank you for fighting the Force. And always remember, may the Force be with you.